Hello friend, today we are going to discuss about sampling method means ISO 2859 and IS 2500. What is ISO 2859 and what is IS 2500 and what are their differences in both means ISO 2859 versus IS 2500. We are going to discuss in detail. First is what is ISO 2859? Actually, ISO 2859 is the requirements, a systematic procedure for inspection by attribute methods. And the main difference in ISO 2859 is a international standard. ISO 2859 is a international standard, while IS 2500 is a Indian adaptation of ISO standard. Now, ISO 2859 uses consumer risk quality terms, but in IS 2500 we are using limiting quality terms. But these terms are aligned with ISO 2859. Now, what is ISO 2859? Actually, it is an international standard that is globally recognized standard for sampling procedures and multiple parts. These standards are used for multiple parts series, like part covering in different aspects like acceptable quality limit AQL for lot by lot inspections and limiting quality LQ for isolated lot inspection and skip lot sampling also. These are the some different aspects. Now next is harmonized terminology. That standard uses the specific terms like consumer risk quality. Earlier in IS 2500 that term was the limiting quality to describe the acceptable criteria. Now IS 2500 is Indian adaptations, that is IS 2500 is Indian equivalent standard which adapted ISO 2859 for use in India. Now the structure and content of IS 2500 are based on ISO 2859 and minor deviation or historically some changes is there, like earlier version of IS 2500 has some minor non-substantive differences like using a period, a decimal marker or a dot are using, while in ISO conversions uses a comma. However, newer version like IS 2500 is 2000 version is aligned with ISO standard. Now some updated terminology in IS 2500 has been updated to align with terminology in ISO 2859. For example, in case of replacing limiting quality with consumer risk quality in its terminology, means IS 2500 replacing their limiting quality terminology, LQ terminology with consumer risk quality terminology. Next is ISO 2859, that is 1999 version is a series of standard. Actually ISO 2859 is a series of standard, and the similar American standard, that is NSE, ANSI and ASQ just 1.4 provide the primary method for attributing based acceptance sampling, and the process involved step to stabilizing the sampling limits for a specific situation are: first is define the lot size. This lot size is total number of the items in batch being inspected, means which batch we are going to inspection, that is define the lot size, that is a lot. Now determining the acceptable quality limit, that is AQL. That is AQL is actually maximum percentage of the defective item considered acceptable for the batch. Means if we are accepting 0% means our accepting defective parts item is 0%, that our equal acceptable quality limit will be 0%. Now first case is critical defects. In case of critical defect, usually an equal of 0%, as these are completely unacceptable, means defect are not acceptable. In case of major defects, now often some low equal are used, like 1.5% to 2.5% defect are suitable. In case of minor defects, like higher equal, like maybe acceptable, like 4% up to equal acceptable. That is the summarization of ISO 2859 and IS 2500. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe to things. Thank you.